Hello students of class 7, welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. This video is for class 7 chemistry. The chapter that I will continue today is the metals and non-metals. This video is part 3. In this video we are going to discuss about the differences between metals and non-metals on the properties, and let's check it. Here we will start with the general differences between the general properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, so the properties are written in the left, and then the metals and non-metals differences you can see. So the first one is the physical state. According to the physical state, you can see that all metals are solid in room temperature. Some exceptions are also there, like mercury is a liquid while gallium changes into liquid above 30 degrees Celsius. That is, even when placed on palm on your hand. Okay, so there are usually they are all solids in room temperature, but sometimes they can also be liquid in room temperature. But usually non-metals exist in all the three states, like oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, etc. are gases. Bromine is a liquid while phosphorus, sulfur and carbons are solid. So you can see there are three kinds of the non-metals you can see in the nature. Secondly, according to the luster. So, according to the luster, the metals are lustrous. That means it can shine or can be polished. Okay, but there is also some exceptions, like lead is a dull metal. Now the non-metals are usually non-lustrous, that is, they have dull surface except graphite and iodine, which are lustrous solid. Okay, so every time when you find the differences between metals and non-metals according to some of the properties, usually you will get some of the exceptions, but still some of the fixed differences also. Next is hardness. Okay, according to the hardness, most of the metals are hard, and the sodium and potassium are soft metals. Here the exceptions also, and can be cut with a knife. And non-metals, solid non-metals, sulfur and phosphorus are soft, whereas carbon in the form of diamond is the naturally occurring hardest substance. So here you can't say that all non-metals are not hard, because here you can say that the diamond is the hardest non-metal, but still for the others you can say easily that the non-metals are usually not hard. Okay, the next, according to the density. So according to the density, you can say that metals have high density. Sodium and potassium have low density. They are lighter than water. And usually non-metals have low density. Iodine, graphite and diamonds have high density. So these are the exceptions. The next is melting and the boiling points. So here, according to the melting and the boiling points, metal have high melting and boiling points, like sodium, potassium, gallium, cesium and mercury have low melting and boiling points. So there are always some exceptions, but usually we have to take according to all, which is the most common nature, that we can by this we can only differentiate. So according to the melting and boiling point, the non-metals are usually have low melting and boiling points. Graphite and diamond of a carbon in a form of carbon have high melting point. The next is ductility. Okay. The next is ductility. So here the metals are ductile, that means they can be drawn into wares, like gold, silver, copper, aluminium and tungsten are most ductile metals. We can make wares by them. And non-metals are non-ductile, exception the carbon fibers. So here you can also find out some exception. Next is metallability. So metals are mostly metallable, that is, they can be beaten into thin sheets without breaking. Gold is the most metallable metal, and exception you can say that zinc is brittle. On beating it breaks into the pieces. And here on the non-metals are usually brittle, they are not metallable. The next is according to the thermal and electrical conductivity. So here you can find out that the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Silver and copper are excellent conductors. Tungsten and lead are poor conductors. And here for the non-metals are bad conductors of heat and electricity as well. Carbon in the form of graphite and gas carbon conducts electricity. So here also some exceptions you can find out. The next is sonority. Like metals are sonorous, that means that is they produce a specific sound when stuck with a hard object. So if you can find out that sound, then you can easily tell that it is a metal. But non-metals are non-sonorous, like they are not produce any such of sound while stucking. The next is tensile strength. Like metals have high tensile strength, that is they can bear a lot of strain except zinc. Non-metals have low tensile strength except carbon fibers. So everywhere you can see that some of the exceptions are present. The next point is according to the alloy formation. Metals combine with other metals to form useful homogeneous mixture called alloy. You all know about the alloys. Alloys are using in making different kind of utensils in different functions. Alloy are usually stronger than the metals. We usually mix 2 or 3 metals and form them to help in our regular works. Here for the non-metals are not form alloys. Carbon forms an alloy still, and iron is also present. But still and iron is a very common alloy that we can use in our regular day life. It is also formed by the carbon. As carbon is a non-metal, still it can form. Okay. The final is according to the solubility. The metals are usually insoluble in water and other organic solvents. But non-metals can be soluble or insoluble in water or other solvents. So, according to the metals, they are insoluble in water or other solvents, but non-metals can be soluble or cannot be soluble too. So, this is all for this differences between metals and non-metals on different type of properties. Students, I'm completing video with this. In the next video, we will discuss about some activities done by these differences of metals and non-metals. Till then, thank you.